Greetings. It is Tuesday morning. It's about 4:30 in the morning, and as promised, I am going to post a series of videos this week as I go through planning our block schedule. Again, like I said in the previous video, we do block scheduling 5 weeks on and 1 week off. And so throughout the course of this week, I'm going to do all of my planning and prepping for the next 5 weeks of our school schedule. And I'll be posting separate videos as I go through that process this week. So first thing we do is to number one, like I said before, is I spent the day making sure we had all of the student planners made. So all four of my children have their planners already made. We also went ahead and created our block schedule for the year. So we can see the highlights on here. We have our highlighted weeks off on our schedule, so those are already there. And with this, we have 9 blocks of material, 9 separate blocks that we can cover different topics in. So we have that made. What I've done is to already have the children. They gave me their lists, and I just sat them down. Gave me the list of topics that they were interested in. So they all knew we had 9 different blocks. So some of the things that they said or wrote down for me for science, the younger ones are interested in the human body or anatomy, physiology, some biology, chemistry, chemicals, volcanoes, and weather. So those are some of the things that they're interested in studying for that. Some history topics that they picked out. Let's see. Looks like some picked, the younger ones picked government, some more ancient history, the Egyptians, dinosaurs, fossils, and mummies for history. Some of the life skills that they picked were, my eldest, of course, picked driving. The younger ones picked fashion, sewing, cooking, building, gardening, flute lessons, hunting. So those are some of the life and survival skills. So those are some of the things that they picked for life skills. For the older children, the high schoolers, again, we sat down 7th, 8th grade and created a 4-year plan. So they already have specific courses designed for their 4-year plan to help them move along in their quest for their college degrees. So what I'm going to do now is to take all of this, and my first job is to organize it and create an outline for the next year. So what will we be covering in these 9 blocks? So I'm going to go and do that now, and then I'll come back with the next steps. Greetings. Okay, so at this point, what I've done was to go through all of the requests that the children had put in for courses or topics that they wanted to complete. I've gone through the older 2 children's course study, the 4-year course study for high school, and we put together a template. So this is the block scheduling template that I put together, typed up for each child. And so it has the subjects and the blocks going across here. So for our 9 blocks, these are the topics that we'll be covering this year for 2015. What I'm going to do now at this point is to begin to review my resources, gather resources for each of the topics for block 1. So let's see, for this block, the children will be studying things like classification of organisms. Someone will be studying electricity and magnetism. They the girls will be all doing sewing topics for this block, and my son will be learning car repair and maintenance. The girls will be studying geometry and math, and the 2 eldest in algebra will be studying quadratic equations and things of that nature. So my job now is to go gather resources, pull out our textbooks, and get everything together and get the lesson plan made for these topics for the next 5 weeks. So I'm going to go, and then I'll come back as we gather some resources.